Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. Um, good, good day. I have come your way once again, and today I will continue my story from where I stopped. So, after getting my first call, now before I continue, like I always do, I want to say a big thank you because a lot of people are subscribed now. I have seen that people are sharing it and people are liking it as well. Thank you very much. One thing I want to put across is that whatever I am doing, the feedback that I am getting is really helping a lot of people. I can see that people are getting the message and people are having hope that whatever they are going through, something can be, something will happen for them. Something good will happen to them. So because I have got a lot of call, there are lots of people waiting for transplant. There are a lot of people going through pains, different kinds of pains. People are going through different kinds of pain. I get calls, I get tests. I can get about 15 to 20 WhatsApps in a day. So many people are really suffering. And so what I will say to everybody, anyone who is texting me, anyone who is calling me, that have hope. Have hope. Because yes, your time will come. Your time will come. You can't survive it. You can't survive it. So I will go on and I will continue. So after getting my first call, I started deteriorating. I started getting so ill. I started getting so ill. My legs started getting swollen again. I grew very, very lean. I grew very, very lean and I didn't know what to do. After a few days, I was in admission again. After a few days, I was in admission again in the hospital, and it was really bad. It was really, really bad. Um, I was in admission for almost a month. Yes, I was in admission for almost a month. I was still doing the injections that I was doing, and I was still taking all my medications. Like I said, my stomach got big. They were still trying to take some of the water out. I wasn't drinking too much water, and things got worse, and it was getting worse and worse every day. Another thing that happened was that when I was in hospital, my yellowish, the bilirubin was getting too bad. I was really going. I was really going. So things got extremely bad. Things got extremely bad. And as I was in hospital, we also welcomed COVID, isn't it? So there was COVID as well. And I was one of the people who were supposed to stay home. Like we all know, with COVID, when COVID came, anybody with underlying illness, like when you are waiting for a transplant, when you have a liver problem, when you have an asthma, when you have it's a respiratory thing, isn't it? So anyone who is vulnerable has to stay home. So I was one of the people who were supposed to stay home. So I was getting these letters saying, stay home, don't go anywhere, take care of yourself. And so many people were also getting it. It wasn't just me. So I wasn't seeing anybody, I wasn't seeing any friend. And it got really difficult because when I was seeing friends and when I was seeing family, things were a little bit easier for me. But when all those things stopped, things got a little bit difficult. Even though I was with my husband and my son, yes, still got a little bit difficult. But yet still friends were still texting me and calling me and everything. So I really did appreciate what friends were doing for me. One thing I have not also told you was that I was losing most of my hair. So anytime I combed my hair, it was coming off, it was dropping. So I was losing my hair. I lost a lot of my hair. I lost a lot of my hair. So I was losing my hair. If I comb my hair, it just drops off, fall down. Comb my hair, it just drops off and fall down. So I asked one of the coordinators. So we had labor coordinators, and I was appointed to one of the labor coordinators. So I asked the labor coordinator, I was wondering, I said to her, I said, why is my hair dropping off? She said, Anita, if the liver is not functioning well, so many things can happen because the liver does so many things in the body. It's one of the most important organs in the body. And so, yes, so many things will not function well. And Your hair will grow back after maybe if you are getting better, if everything goes on well and you are getting better, your hair might grow back. So that is how it was. So that is how it was. I was just losing my hair, and at the moment it's not too bad. You can see that I plaited my hair today. At the moment it's not too bad. Yes, it's not too bad. Thank you very much for all the doctors, all the nurses. So after I have been discharged from the hospital and I came home, I was home and I was still waiting. I was still waiting. I was still waiting. I was still waiting. Things were getting so difficult because my husband had to help me to go upstairs, to come downstairs. I was getting weaker and weaker every day. I grew so lean. I grew so lean. I couldn't do anything. And so we were there after some few months. Then I got another call. Then that was my second call. So I was there at home. I was at home one evening and I had my second call. I jumped. I was really, really, really happy when I had my second call. So me, my husband, my son, we all left. We all left to the hospital. My bag was already packed. And so I picked my bag. Then we left. I picked my bag, then we left. And so we went to the hospital. Like I told you the other time, you have to be tested. They have to, now they have to test me. They have to test my heart again. They have to look at things and then take blood. And after that, they have to go and see if I am a match. So we sat down and we waited and we waited and we waited. I was so happy when I was sitting down and I was praying so hard that at least I should be a match this time because I was really struggling. I was struggling with everything, struggling with everything. I was struggling with everything. And so I was hoping that I am a match. The doctors went, the nurses went. And when, after some few hours, when they came back, they told me that I am not a match. I am not a match. I am not a match. One thing that one of the doctors told me was that, she said, Anita, we can give you this liver, but we want that what we were looking for something in particular. One of the blood tests, we are not very sure. And so we don't want to give you this liver. Yes. So they told me that I wasn't a match. Even though they could have, they were not sure of one of the blood tests. So like we all know, prevention is better than cure. Yes, prevention is better than cure. So I wasn't a match, and it broke my heart. It did break my heart. That is why I wasn't talking about it too much to people. I wasn't talking about it too much to people because if I go and I'm not a match and I come, I have to tell the people that I am not a match this time as well. How many hearts will be broken? How many hearts will be broken? Yes, I was not a match to my second liver. And like I said in my last video, when you are called, you are ready for it. You are ready for it. I was ready. I was ready. Like we all know, major operations can go two ways. Major operations that can go two ways. And they tell you, and you know it. You can make it or not. You can make it or not. Mine is internal. I have no choice. If I leave it, I knew I was dying. If you leave it, you will die. What are you going to do? How can you live without a liver? How can you live without a liver? So when you leave it, you die. And when you do it and when you go for the operation, it can go two ways. You either live or die. I was ready for any of them. I was ready for any of them. But I had the hope and I knew that I would make it. I believed strongly that I can make it. I believe strongly that I can make it. Yes. Today I'm not doing too well. Yes. Today I'm not doing too well. So I'm not going to talk a lot. Yes, my second liver, I was so happy to get the call, but still I was not a match to that liver. People around me saw how bad I got. People around me saw how bad I got. Even though there was COVID, yeah, one or two people were seeing me still. I mean, far away. They stand, when they come and they knock, they go back and they say hi or something. A lot of people brought me flowers. My kitchen was always full with flowers. Thank you. My kitchen was always full with flowers. They knock or they ring the bell and they leave the flowers. They knock, they ring the bell and they leave the flowers. People brought me fruits. People brought me food. The love was just so big. The love was big. My family did extraordinary well. I am so glad. My mom calls me every day. There is no day that goes without talking to my mom. I love my mom.